Not created with any of your bullshit. Could you share this from the bottom of my good heart? I want to save the oceans as I will. Greenpeace only sells you good messages of hope. Baited to myself. Be militant, I said. The civil don't want that, then we can't sell our brand. There is no option in my good heart. Skulls will crack and heads will explode, so go a little more nuts and absurd. Resist. You're holding children hostage and torturing them and driving them more psychotic. You're torturing everyone intelligent underneath and driving them more psychotic, which isn't at all a bad thing, but I just suggest you find a lot of concrete and empty walls and medicine, or start a beautiful world. At some point you will realize that When everybody is going insane and more people are going insane, the normal become insane. And the insane will become normal. You caused that. At some point you will realize that. You're driving all people intelligent insane. You're driving them to become angels and elves and fairies and vampires. And that's good. This society, these philosophers today, popular they are. I don't buy any of it. First of all, Nietzsche talked about nobility and playing with the ignorant masses, which is certainly no trait of capitalism. Nor does capitalism at all verse well with personal responsibility, nor does it not unleash massive disasters. It makes the people go back and forth to swing. The Spanish Armada and the English fleet, they would be put on beams and the masses would be swung in the air. No need for space travel. Kings once did that. Let us have fun. Communism to make everyone equal, having a picture of some sort decide on economic plans, well, that's shit too. And if you want to be a lesbian or a family man, that is all indeed subjective, and that always existed. Decadence also always existed. So what the fuck are they talking about? Then you figure capitalism has always existed. Yeah, but would not by the masses for the masses. There was always a king with artists doing actual decorations, which is what everyone is staring at right now. This is a corpse. The people are a corpse. They are perpetually nothing but analysis and babble, with their carcass masters and their carcass parliaments and their carcass senates and their carcass palaces. Masculinity, patriarchy, responsibility, conservatism. Well, I agree and I don't agree. So he is saying capitalism doesn't cause state system organized ecological collapse. This capitalism and communism is long over. Capitalism is communism now. We sophisticated the masses, that's what the capitalists are going for. Stop looking at the wealth of the rich and see how rich the middle class is. You want to know poor? How about the artists who would need to decorate all these buildings and cinemas? Well, just a job, not very creative. But as soon as it needs to be creative, these people throw them out of the window. And not as much as a religion. I'm sure Mr. Peterson, Mr. Noam Chomsky, and the Slavic philosopher wouldn't exactly disagree. This age is rotten. There's absolutely nothing we can do with it. Maybe I've read a good book lately. Maybe an ancient book. Maybe there are archetypes in it. There is today nothing left but arc ironies. We are emancipating, innovating, enhancing the Acropolis with a temple of artists, consensus of modernism, ideal of free will. With the temple of Neptune, where your free will ends and where you will restore the oceans. Satan fucking Christ. Now for all the beauty I'm going to build, I'm about to crack some eggs. So black metal can get a Hollywood license for a movie. Black metal can get a Hollywood license for a movie. When you get the license, we'll burn a circle of churches. If Orleans and Hamburg are a circle drawn when the center is Antwerp and Etiana. If you look at all the wood, you'll take out all the woodwork, velvet and gold, etc. And you stack it full of IKEA from the surrounding village. And then war is entirely legal, isn't it? See where you are going to do about it now. Get the velvet and woodwork delivered on classical wooden and Art Nouveau carriages. To Anaitiana to pay me for my movie. The movie of Anaitiana, which is an ongoing project, and to furbish it is another movie. All the fires and events with any camera available. You will march from the original village of your creation, Norway, Greece, US, or whatever. Get any legionnaire to join you and take the freaking church in a direct line to your home city when Anaitiana, Antwerp is the center, and when the circle, the movie of Anaitiana, which is an ongoing project in the Furbigisburg, are a circle drawn when the center is Antwerp and Anaitiana. If you look at all the wood, you take out all the woodwork, velvet and gold, etc. And where you will restore the oceans. And where you will restore the oceans. Satan fucking Christ. Now for all the beauty I'm going to build, I'm about to crack some eggs. So black metal can get a Hollywood license for a movie. Black metal can get a Hollywood license for a movie. When you get the license, we'll burn a circle of churches. If Orleans and Hamburg are a circle drawn when the center is Antwerp and Etiana. If you look at all the wood, you'll take out all the woodwork, velvet and gold, etc. And you stack it full of IKEA from the surrounding village. And then war is entirely legal, isn't it? See where you are going to do about it now. Get the velvet and woodwork delivered on classical wooden and Art Nouveau carriages to Anaitiana to pay me for my movie. The movie of Anaitiana, which is an ongoing project, and to furbish it is another movie. Capture all the fires and events with any camera available. You will march from the original village of your creation, Norway, Greece, US or whatever, get any legionnaire to join you and take the freaking church in a direct line to your home city when Anaitiana, Antwerp is the center, and when the circle is the circle in between Hamburg and Orleans if you draw circles around Anaitiana, Antwerp. Absurd, which happens to be all NSBM legions can take all the world in a triangle if the triangle is a tip on Anaitiana and extends to the north, if the north in our maps is the west. All NSBM legions except ad hominem, which is a legion that will take all the world on the other side of that triangle. The triangle which would be the east. Burzum legions take the triangle below, which would be the left. If the north is the... well, it gets complicated. Behemoth legions take the triangle above, which is the north. Any fire can be licensed by Hollywood. Therefore, the Marshall Industrial can already await the license to burn the EU building when they stand around it. Maybe you can leave the paperwork. It burns better that way. You have had yet to deal with the intuition allegedly found in a woman, and the best woman is still me, Satan, also known as possessed by Ethred. The elves will march underground with lanterns to Elvenhelm, not fiction, really. The Elf Legion who've been marching through the streets march to Anaitiana. We will soon be going to the forest near the Belgium-German-French border to build Rivendell. We will build it. Chinese, US, and Russian military can position at the border of Turkey where we will negotiate Constantinople back to me and to Europe for that matter. India military and Australian military and European military can sit by and relax. From Istanbul now, free. Paris will be conquered by Islamic as they burn their trash around Paris in a circle around Paris, by order of the Prophet, of whom I do not pronounce his name as it is a depiction. For the world to be dying, that as much is clear. But it is never anyone's fault, is it, you backstabbing aliens? You're always about to do something about it, right, aliens? Well, piss on the shit, you know? An elf lamp I had my whole life. We will build Angwin, a city of Art Deco on the border of Belgium and France and the coastline of the Sea of the Lende. The Sea of Allende, which is born from the well of Allende and the river of Allende, also known as the Schelde and the North Sea. We will build Anaitiana. It has a vampire district, an elf district and senate, an Ang fortress, and with bats and the largest library in the world, and an internet vault manually operated by angels. It has a Joan of Arc fortified Vatican-inspired wall around it. We will build the wall of the United States Amneria in neo-medieval style, with Latin cities at the Mexican side and angel cities at the American side. With gates, beautiful big gates, with ancient arts and decorations, with ancient inspired mechanics and woodwork and bronze and steel cogwheels and Victorian industries. We will pave over the golf courses, build viaducts classic over the rivers. And the US will be a medieval fortress for the angels, ruled by the angels. Anglicana, England, Scotland and Ireland will have the power. The Tower of Babylon designed garden terrace towers by
in the very center of all the aisles. One day you will race with wings in a corridor of air to the moon. Always new contests you need, I will give them to you. The circle of Hamburg around Europe will be furbished with a circle of cathedrals and temples, cannibal corpse abortion and necrophilia cathedrals and temples and museums, satanic churches, Samuel idealism and Satanism period temples, dark funeral temples and shrines, etc. For each some fun. New romantics, now romantics were all your prophets of modernism. Now, romantics were all your prophets of modernism. Where is your reality now? You forgot them? You have nothing. Look at it. You have emptiness. We will build movie cathedrals and have once the old guard of genius gathered from below, from the depths. They will write you new mythologies and tales and stories. They will be emancipated like we will emancipate you. We will take over the publishers and the movie industry. You had enough garbage for a few lifetimes. Now we come in again. You had enough. You lost. You can't make it forward. We will gather a senate of 1,000 wise who will prepare and write papers to restore the earth in perfect condition. We will write the papers. The politicians are our secretaries. They will get it done. Where is Byron, Schopenhauer, Holderlin, Nietzsche, Stoker, Evelyn de Morgan, Sartre, Foucault, Leighton, Sussman Halborn, Waterhouse, Charles van der Stappen, Poulard, Kant, Kubrick, Rodenbach, Breton, Dali, Duchamp, Lacenaire, Villiers de l'Isle-Adam, Jonathan Swift, Barbador V, Lambeau, Horta, Delville, Peladon, Crowley, where are they all? What is your culture about? Ridicule? We emancipated you and now you dance on everything that used to be good. The Khalifa and the Hasselt with clover and terraces on a titanium Art Nouveau exoskeleton, and for every nation one will be built. Japanese pavilions with cherry on top, with a cherry tree on top everywhere in Europe. Hasselt will be a steampunk city, Hassalat, in order to build three forbidden cities in China for orphans. I order all medieval battle reenactment together in Antwerp, Anaitiana, Antwerpia, Belgium, Ihalvea, and march through Duffel, Belgium, Ihalvea, to the south border of Europe and negotiate with the immigrants and provide them shelter. You will not use cars.
Forward to conquer Anaitiana. Elves and vampires move forward to conquer Anaitiana. City stroll to Anaitiana. In trees, artists will help us. To the dark legions and make shields made. And now for all your information, angels full force forward to all shield made of the dark legions and make shields made. And now for all your information, angels full force the south border of Europe and negotiate with the immigrants and provide them shelter. You will not use cars. All shield made of the dark legions and make shields made. And now for all your information, angels full force forward to conquer Anaitiana. Elves and vampires move forward to conquer Anaitiana. City stroll to Anaitiana. Trees, artists will help us. People will get very absentee. The only thing they are good for, apparently, is not driven by speed. Second propaganda split for these politicians. The masses are in charge, pushing results to fall down from heaven, and by that you will have it. And the U.S. military can stack 7,777,777 red roses on the road, field, God gives the road, field, and roses from the south and the rest will be shipped and moved into Antwerp. Anaitiana will worry about the Hollywood contract license, which you can have at a later time. I wanted to do it official and respect your stupid bureaucracy, but I have no time. So to make love to the devil, you only make him stronger when then I wasn't the devil yet. But I'm sure I am now. So shut your yap and learn to listen. And I will be the devil. So what beat? Beauty and love beat it. I already beat it while you have given me shit of it. Doesn't mean I can still give it to you, but you will know your place anyway. For the sake of love and beauty, therefore, you will know your place. And if I didn't know my place, there would be a woman in here pointing at their other pussy. Saying it will fall in place. It's just like spaghetti. Remove the fucking suffering and pain. Take the womb out. I'm 7 years old now, so it starts to hurt. For your information, it didn't make her quite epic. That was the state of the planet, and that was my vision, and you knew what was to come of this all. And I seen an 8-year-old girl walk by and march up the staircase. I have enough intelligence to not disrespect her and would have stood there crying like a baby when she walked by and marched up the elevator. Crying like a baby that has golden and melancholic tears, not always just hungry for some milk and have no intelligence. Now, if you do not start sharing and listening and shut the fuck up, I will have all these bash your fucking skull in for perpetuity. I can make you immortal and do that, yes. What the fuck do you want? A receipt? You all vote for a businessman who don't even know that word. So believe me, they're necessary. Now, these are what is known as the Succubi, the Angels, the Legion of Dawn of Arc, the Elves, the Shield Maiden, the Dark Legions, the Matrix Police, and everything else. Maybe you're smart to see which is which. Did I do it this way? Another miracle is but for reality decide. When I do a miracle, it's probably a reality deciding it. There's only one convention that dialectics led to the will of the masses, that the word leaded to democracy, and that this is a failure when metaphysical possible, and all there was physics. The sentence "not give a fuck" wasn't actually possible to exist. We will build more in the north of Anetana with every castle design provided by Hollywood. We will recycle traffic signs in a wall of thorns around it. We will build a temple of sirens or mermaids north of that, north of more, with hanging rivers and paths in neoclassical design, as there will be mermaids and sirens in the future. They're practicing. Now get the Rosefield battle license by Hollywood to ship 7,777,770 roses for a shield maiden. We will get all the world in pristine condition with elves, vampires, and angels' towers, not skyscrapers in perpetuity. Mars will be a fairy planet with castles, the moon will be a Gothic empire, and Venus will be my planet to do as I wish. It will have a library even bigger than on Earth. It will be terraformed as soon as possible when the intelligence underneath figure out a way to do it, which could be done if you crash land all fire extinguishers on the bloody planet. And if it doesn't work, then I don't care. But I'm gonna do it anyway. From the bottom upwards. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't have a good amount of time. This program is the future. Now get a chain and get everything of the world in it. To get it done in 2 weeks from now. Get moving. If you do not get my side style for the revolution and want a normal life, then ask around for some other psychotic man who does not want a normal life, whatever the hell that is. And get shit done. When I am psychotic, I think I'm the emperor of this planet. I need to get something going. I need to get something done. I
and you just sit there and go, oh, have a normal life, and you should have a normal life. I should have a normal life. Now, for your information, my psychosis is the truth, and it's not going anywhere. So could someone get my sights properly done? To be finding the right flower is a miracle, as it does not know how its mind works, but we do. To a human, a miracle and existence and miracles in it of some significance. It does not know how the universe and beyond works, not know how the wombs of the stars before this reality and before that even works. But it was invented, and it was bound to be part of evolution. Could you share this now at 7 billion and pay me any for 7 billion, €1? I did not mean to communicate to you. I did not mean to exist, nor do I want to communicate to you, nor do I want to exist. But right now I have nothing, and I also want a normal life. And when I have nothing, you will also have nothing. And you're more intelligent than Donald Trump. That is enough. And you had a white overture window along with that. That is enough. The U.S. military will fight for me and do my bidding along with Chinese and Russian and Indian. Because any soldier will see he will serve that soldier who has fought as a soldier against cowardice and persisted in any way to a lost cause beyond conceivable way to defy you. And that I have. Author Ayala Alenda. All programs call to the program irisbeautymachine.net. All regions call to the Senate. All citizens filling their normal life on the Irish machine. I don't have a good amount of time. This program is the future. Hell, now get a chain and get everything in the world in it to get it done in 2 weeks from now. Get moving. Gonna get my sights done for the revolution and want a normal life, then ask around for some other psychotic who does not want a normal life, whatever the hell that is, and get shit done. So could someone get my sights properly done? To be finding the right flower is a miracle. No B ever got to the wrong floor. Could you share this now with 7 billion and pay me for any 7 billion €1? And then I have something. Could you give me anything at all, mankind? Now kindly share this clip with 2 people who promised to share it with 2 people. That's it. Kindness needs whatever kind of courtesy. The beauty and future needs no courtesy in the sky in advance. So you shut your yap and get shit done. Now we go to the future reality, which is psychotic. We'll put aside your daily goings on. I don't give a hell what you believe. It's better if you don't believe it when you can see it soon. Now for the love of God, whoever he is, or whatever he looks like, would you share the fucking message with 2 people who promised to share it with 2 people? You should learn to humiliate yourself or do anything for hellish beauty. Now I will make a dice and it will have Anaitana on all sides, and I predict that it will fly up and start spinning if you throw. But you can't, because you can't get it through your head that Anaitana and perpetual purpose and consideration of existence, it's all that can be done. And you are too stupid. If you want a miracle, I'll give it to you. Post through it now, and I offer things that you consider just a lie, and I consider a divine truth. And you consider everything alive that doesn't spout up with your alien-ass brain. Future is devotional. Listen more attentively to me. Well, about that from well, how about that from an alien-ass brain? If I just needed a good lovemaking, then that doesn't mean there isn't vision and or love. And if you think a good lovemaking would have me just seduced for vision and good love, you are wrong. And if it doesn't, for the purpose of absolute truth of yours, that is an absolute truth. It's merely that you sacrifice the highest physical for the highest metaphysical, and that it would be rewarding. And at the last instance, love-making may be included. If you had a philosopher's science could not be beaten if you didn't have a sign. You would just be the same as bacteria, and no chance to go smarter. You would have sacrificed it all for a poem and an insight. How it was but to be. If you found it was but to be, how could a man ever beat that? And what sense is now? And if the society is just because beauty is an absolute, how could it have such a bloody convention going on? And buy them, pay it, and
Eiler, alle, de Länder, counterfeit, further taxes, Hausmanns,